Okay, so we're going to do lesson 9 today. So it has to do with yesterday's lesson. The only thing is that we're not writing an equation. We're multiplying fractions by a whole number. And then that will make a improper fraction, and then we'll have to change it to a mixed number. This first one is just a proper fraction, so we want to do that. But this is an example. So, like yesterday, you're going to do 4 times 1. So either circle that or put a 1 underneath the 4 and multiply straight across. So 4 times 1 is 4. 6 times 1 is 6. So this is a proper fraction, but it needs to be simplified. So we make our t-charts. So 4, 6, 1 and 6, 2 and 3, 1 and 4, 2 and 2. So what's on both of these is a 2. So we're going to divide by 2. Four divided by 2 would be 2. And 6 divided by 2 would be 3. So 2/3. Okay, so then turn it over. So this is a better example. So we do 5 times 3 first, which would be 15, and then the bottom number 10 stays the same. So that's an improper fraction. So now we have to change it to a mixed number, which we did in chapter 8, last chapter. So when we change an improper fraction into a mixed number, you have to divide. So 15 divided by 10. You can also do box, if you want to do box. Oops. So then 10 goes into 1 0 times. So this is a 0. Subtract 1. Bring your 1 up. 10 goes into 15 1 time. So 15 minus 10 would be 5. So it's 1 remainder 5. Okay, so then this, the 1 is your whole number, 1. The remainder is the top number, 5. And then the bottom number stays the same, 10. And then you see if you can simplify. So you make t-charts for 5 and 10. So 1 and 5, 1 and 10, 2 and 5. So there's 5 on both, so we divide by 5, which equals 1. And then 5 divided by 5 is 1. And then 10 divided by 5 is 2. So 1 and 1/2. Okay, so what I did was I did 5 times 3. I got 15. The bottom number 10 stayed the same. Then I divided, and I got 15 divided by 10 was 1, remainder 5. So that gave us 1 and 5/10. 1 whole was this number. 5 was the remainder, 5/10. And then I simplified it by 5. So 1 and 1/2. Okay, so let's look at number 1. So 5 times 1 equals 5. Bottom number stays the same, 8. And then this is just a proper fraction, so you don't have to divide like you did up here. And you see if you can simplify. 5 just gives you 1 and 5, and 8 can't be divided by 5, so that's simplified. So then you do number 2. So 4 times 2 is 8. The bottom number stays the same, 3. And then that is an improper fraction, so we divide that. You can either do box or standard. So 8 divided by 3. Three goes into 8 2 times. 2 times 3 is 6, with a remainder of 2. So 2, remainder 2. So to write it as a mixed number. So the whole number would be 2. The top number numerator would be the remainder 2. And the bottom number 3 would stay the same. And then you see if you can simplify that. 2 is just 1 and 2, so you can't divide that by 3 except for 1, so it's simplified. So it's 2 and 2/3. Okay, next page. So we do 8 times 1, which would be 8. Bottom number is 5 because it stays the same. And then you divide. 8 divided by 5. 5 goes into 8 one time. So 5 times 1 is 5. 8 minus 5 would be 3. So 1, remainder 3. So we write that as a mixed number, so 1 is your whole number. The remainder 3 is your numerator, the top number. Sorry, that doesn't look quite like a 3, but... And then the bottom number, 5, stays the same. So then, you see if you can simplify. So 3, 1 and 3, 5, 1 and 5. So you can't simplify, so the answer would be 1 3/5. Okay, so you need to work on these examples to try to get the hang of it before we work on the homework. So I need the substitute to pause the video and have them work on these problems for a few minutes. They don't have to get them all done, but you guys need to try to get as many done as possible before the sub says to move on. And if you have any questions, look at the example up here and ask the sub for questions. Okay, so you've worked on a couple of these problems, and then we're going to go to the homework. So let's go to the homework. Let's put our name on it. Put your name and your number at the top. Put your name and your number at the top. Put your name and your number. Put your name and your number. Put your name and your number at the top. Okay, so let's look at the back. Okay, so we're not going to do this part of the question, but we are going to do numbers 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay? Okay, 11 would just be doing 1/8 times 4. Number 12 would be 2/3 times 5. And then number 13 would be 3/4 times 6. So let's look at 13 together for an example. So we do 3 times 6, which is 18. Bottom number stays the same, 4. And then it's an improper fraction, so we have to make it a mixed number, so we divide. So 18 divided by 4. 4 into 1 is 0. 4 into 18 would be 4. 4 times 4 is 16 with a remainder of 2. So that would make the whole number 4, the top number, the numerator of the fraction 2, and the bottom number would stay the same. And then you see if you can simplify. So 2 is 1 and 2, 4, 1 and 4, 2 and 2. So you can divide by 2. So you divide by 2. Would equal 4 and 1/2. So it'd be A. Okay? Okay, so you need to do your homework and get that done, and then do what the substitute has planned for you. Okay? Hope you guys have a good day. See you later. Bye.